Hi, welcome to PHP tutorial. This is a list of suggestions how you should use this video. The notes for this video can be found here at this URL, which is loaded here, and we are doing EG102 choice, and all the files are below here. Here, and here. So these are all the code, okay? All right, we finished 2 files in the last video, and now we are going to do the 3rd file. So what happened was in the 2nd file, so in the 1st file, you choose the number of text boxes. In the 2nd file, here you generate the number of text boxes, and you submit to the 3rd file, EG101 dynamic process. Okay, so again, I'm not going to create everything from scratch. I'm going to make a copy of the 3rd file. Make a copy of the 1st file and rename it. So we come over here and say I want to do a copy of the 1st file, paste, and then rename it to EG101 underscore dynamic process.php. Open this in Notepad++. It's named 101 because this file was actually from EG101, which is a different example. So we share, these 2 examples share the same dynamic process file. All right, so let's start changing stuff. EG101 dynamic process, and let's delete everything in the form and say that the main purpose is to get the values from the text boxes, and then you can do calculation with the values, you can save the values into a database, you can do whatever you want, okay? So we want to get value from text boxes. Technically, we should get the value from the top, but here, it also doesn't matter, we can get a value here as well. So the first thing we want to do is we want to say, hey, how many text boxes user actually generated, okay? One way to do that is actually to pass the selection here, pass the select number box as a hidden element to send over. We can do that. Another way to do that is actually an old trick, is to check how many elements are there in the post array. So when you send from elements over using post method, you generate something like a post array. We don't really like to use the post array now because of security issues, but we can still use that to check the number of elements. So we are going to generate we are going to create a variable called number of elements, and then we say I want to count the post array, and then if you echo here, you're going to get 6, I think. Yep, you're going to get 6. And then you'll be like, hey, why do I have 6? I should only have 5 text boxes, right? But in your form, you also have a submit button, so that's the 6th element. So you can actually have you actually have this. The submit form is also an element. So to capture the value, obviously you do not need the 6th element. Okay, you only need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so we are going to take care of that. But before we do that, probably we can write something here. All right, I'm going to play cheat. Use the double quote. Obviously, technically, you should break the PHP code and write this in HTML, but you can also echo as well. Although it's not a very good practice. So when you submit here, you say post have 6 elements. Okay, I only need the first 5 elements. because I only have 5 text boxes. So the first thing I want to do is to show you how to manually capture an input. Oops, I forgot the slash here. Manual capture of values. I'm going to show how it can be done manually. So if we hard code a PHP variable called text1, will be equal to filter input post method text1, and then you can echo it. Alright, so now if you say the first one you put 10, second one you put 20, so on and so forth. And when you submit, the first element, text1, is 10, so they capture it. And that is hard coding manual capture, manual output. So you say that I want to get 2, oops. Let's say you want to get the second one, text box name is 2, you save into variable 2, text2, and output it. The second one you are going to have 2. Okay, that is good. Alright. So this is not very smart, because you manually capture, you want to code, you don't want to do manual capture, you want to automatically capture everything. Okay? So let's move on to say I want to capture everything using a for loop. Use the number of elements to capture the value. And we're going to write a for loop for that. So we are not going to loop to 6, we're going to loop to 5. So we say we loop from 1 to 5, and I don't want to create a new variable. I'm going to play cheat here. Number of elements -1. Or I can say I is less than number of elements. That will also work, but just want to show you the concept clearly. I'm going to do a less than or equal to. And we say that I'm going to create a temporary name. Okay, and that is text1, text2, text3 is similar to this thing here. To prove that it works, I'm just going to echo it. Okay, and I'm going to Alright, so now if we submit, we are going to say use number of elements to capture value, and we have the text box names, text1, text2, text3, text4, text5. Okay, which is stored in the temp name here. And then we are going to get the actual value. So I'm going to create a temp number equal to filter input post method, of course, and then the name of the text box is stored in the temp name, and then I'm going to echo wherever we just captured the number. Okay. All right, let's do that. So now you capture everything here. But you store everything in the temp number is actually not very useful because the temp number disappears and then get overwritten in the for loop. So instead of doing that, probably it's a good idea to store everything into an array. And there's a very lazy way of storing an array here. So we are going to say, I'm going to store everything into an array, and I forgot how to do push or pop or whatever. It's okay because PHP allows you to just put things at the back of the array this way, which is really easy. You don't even need to declare the array. You just do this. So this is like push values to array. Okay, so obviously you won't see anything here because it doesn't do any display. So to prove that this array works, we are going to do some simple calculation to print the values out, or maybe get the sum. Okay. All right. So here we are going to say that I want to print values from an array, and I get a really simple for loop here. And the array is from 0 to 4, I think. And I forgot my $. And we can echo the value. Oh, I spelled array wrong. Can you see that? A-R-R-A-Y. Yeah, make sure you spell the name number array. Okay. So now, when you submit, you get your 1 to 5. Okay. So since you have that, you can make use of all the PHP array function to help you to do stuff. Okay. Or you can calculate the sum this way. Control C, Control V. And then you say that the sum of this array is 150. Okay. And I spelled array wrong again. Fantastic. Okay. All right. So you can, once you have the array, you can do calculations, save the array into a database, anything you want. Okay. All right. Another way to do this, instead of generating your own array, you can actually use associative array to print the values, because the post is actually an associative array, which is kind of neat. Just want to show you how to do that. Obviously you don't need that, but So to do the associative array, you can do a for each loop. And because post is something like a associative array, so you say I can for each my post associative array, for each post associative array as a P as a name value pair. So if you do this, oops, 41, and type something wrong here. So you get your print the values as associative array, okay? So of course you can store the values into an array and then here like this, and then you can start doing things. Or you can actually just operate as an associative array. You can start manipulating this, that's also possible. But the problem is, as you can see here, when you do a for each loop of associative array, it prints everything, including the last element, which is the submit button. You actually do not need that. So you can add a simple logic here. If your name is not equal to submit 1, then you output, or then you save into the array, another array or something, okay? So if you do that, save your word, come over here and submit, you just got rid of the submit button using a if-else statement, okay? All right. That's a good place to stop. So we generated 3 files. We created 3 files. And obviously this is not the end. This is just the beginning. You can use the value you captured for calculation to save value into a database, so on and so forth. So let's say in the first file you say I want to just create 4 text boxes. You will, in the second file you will dynamically generate the 4 text boxes. And then you can put in your value. And then in the last file here, you're going to capture all the values you have keyed, and then you can save that into an array, or you can save it into a database, so on and so forth. Okay? All right, that's a good place to stop. That's the end of this EG102 tutorial. Thanks for watching. Bye.